Good evening and welcome back. It's been a very long time since I last filmed, and today I am heading to Vienna via Dubai on Emirates. So it's been 6 years since I last flew on Emirates, and the last time was to Oslo via Dubai as well. But it's been about 9 years since I last flew on board an A380. So today I'll be taking you all the way from Singapore to Vienna via Emirates to review how 18 hours in economy class on the A380, supposedly one of the best business class in the world, feels like. So I checked in online. It was really very simple. As you can see, all my boarding passes are online. I just headed down here to collect my baggage tags, to put it onto my luggages and just send it off. So very simple. It took less than 5 minutes and I'm already checked in. Now the time now is around 10:47. So the boarding only begins in 1 hour's time. So I'll just walk around and I'll be seeing you on the other side after immigration. And we've made it in through Singapore's passportless immigration system, where all you have to do is just stand in that within the line, and you can just go through very fast without your passport, and it's really efficient. It's been more since I was at Terminal 1, as Terminal 1 is the terminal that Scoot and airlines like Emirates operates at, which I haven't flown since the beginning of the year. Well, as I always walk down here, I always talk about connectivity and being connected online through Wi-Fi, for instance. It's really important for me as well, especially when flying. So if I were to compare Emirates to all those airlines of a similar caliber, like Singapore Airlines and ANA, for instance, ANA recently offered free Wi-Fi for all those, for texting, and for SQ it is, as long as you are a KrisFly member, you enjoy free Wi-Fi aboard across everything from YouTube to Instagram to TikTok. And for Emirates, it appears that the Wi-Fi is only complimentary for texting for those who are Emirates Sky Rewards Blue members such as me, for those traveling economy class, as you can see over here. Not too bad, at least you can still message people and let them know where you are and what you're up to. Well, I mean, of course, Singapore Airlines, I guess, beats a lot of airlines in the aspect of the Wi-Fi, whereby it's really complimentary for all those who are KrisFlyer members. And also, I just want to show you the Emirates Airlines, their interface here. So I featured the Lufthansa, Singapore Airlines and the ANA one. So all of these airlines are of a similar caliber. So as you can see, it's very well organized. So I checked in for here. So all passengers have checked in because I was about to book this for my family. And you can see that you have a 25 kg checked baggage allowance, slightly higher than ANA of 23 kg for similar flights. You can even view the menu over here. As you can see, I'll be flying 4 flights with them. Yeah, so I do appreciate this, as it's easier to see what what you'll be served. Yeah, so it's pretty simple and easy to use as well, as you can see. So we have a 4-hour, almost 5-hour layover. So I'll be exploring Dubai Airport, trying to see if I can see the Burj Khalifa from Dubai Airport, as I did manage to in 2019. So yeah. So the gate is open earlier than the time boarding starts, obviously. It's a really huge aircraft, the A380, so there's going to be at least 800 people or more around there. I hope it's not a full flight, so it won't be that crowded. From the looks of it, seems to be very full. So now, and it's also the centralized gate, as you can see, same as my flight to Frankfurt last year on Lufthansa, and as well as my flight to Tokyo in June. It's always at these gates, so I never had a really nice view of the aircraft before I board it. So I'll see you after I get through security, and I will introduce you to the boarding and how the seat looks like. So let's go. Alright, so security was pretty fast, just only about 5 minutes and we're already in. So this is a pretty huge place, and the plane is just right over there, as you can see. So you can't walk there, it's only for the business and first class passengers. So boarding's going to start in about 10 minutes, and then we'll see how fast it takes to board everyone into the A380, and I'll show you the seat right afterwards. So let's look forward to that. But this is really surreal after so long of not traveling. Finally being able to board and going to Dubai on the A380 on Emirates is definitely an experience. Something I thought that I'll never get experience, since there was a lot of news of how a lot of the A380s were going to get scrapped after or during the pandemic. You can see how huge it is right there. beautiful cabin.
Hello.
I feel like it has changed. It feels a little bit more modern. And the windows are definitely huge on the A380, as you can see. Feels spacious and roomy, and a really high ceiling as well. 74, and let's go in. Oh, it's a huge seat, a huge window, and a great view as well. So we are back in the famous Emirates A380 economy class. Oh, mine is plastic. But yeah, so legroom wise, I'm definitely pretty satisfied. I'm about 1.75 meters tall, slightly taller than the average Singaporean male. Well, enough for one hand. It's about the same legroom as an ANA 787 or Singapore Airlines 787-10. You have your usual Inflight card, your headphones. They have definitely revamped this since I last flew on this 6 years ago and 9 years ago on the A380. The earphones are the same, but the ISE has definitely seen a revamp. The in-flight entertainment over here, you definitely see it looks more refreshed and new, and can definitely compete with Singapore Airlines. Well, I mean, if I were to compare this with my ANA experience on the 787, obviously this is way better, to be very honest. I mean, sorry, I just love comparing different airlines. And of course, if I were to compare this with the Lufthansa 747, which I would say is unfair, so 747 is a bit older, it can't really be compared. And also, it's not a full flight, so from what I heard, you can actually request to take the last row, and you would be able to convert your economy class into a so-called budget business class experience. And this is how big this window is. Can't even fit in the frame of my GoPro camera right here. It's huge. I mean, you see my hand right here. It's definitely huge. And you have an amazing view over the wing here for all those takeoff and landing shots. There's a lot of space here. And this is precisely why I booked this over the 1:40 AM 777 to Dubai. Even with just a 15-minute longer layover time, I would rather have more comfort in this seat over here. Alright, so you have the universal socket over here, which is definitely a lot more convenient than on the 787 or the 777, where it is always under the seat somewhere down here. You also have your coat hook and your USB adapter over there, and this is for the earphone jack. And obviously this is definitely a lot more advanced than a lot of airlines. Only Singapore Airlines I've seen actually it has this electronic system. It's a very nice panel to utilize, and it's very handy compared to the old systems of Lufthansa and ANA. Yeah, so definitely, well, I can't. And oh yes, one more thing. The cup holder, this comes in really handy, especially when you don't want to put on the whole tray table. You can have a nice drink as well. It's a bit loose, as you can see, but I guess we'll figure that out later on. Alright, so I guess that's all for the seat review. Am I satisfied? Obviously I'm really satisfied. I mean, I love Emirates. I just haven't been on it in so long, and I'm really happy to be back again. Well, I think on Emirates, I'm always very impressed with the speed and also the variety of movies and things around here. Like for instance, it's like in an instant. If you remember my trip on my Lufthansa 747, the in-flight entertainment system was horrendous. Let's look at all the different genres over here. So many to choose from, and I am definitely impressed. Honestly, I feel like this could outshine Singapore Airlines. Like, really everything is there, from even Sinhala in Sri Lanka all the way to Tagalog in the Philippines. So many different genres here. It's quite interesting. And also you have all these podcasts and audio, which it's quite it's very comprehensive, and what I definitely appreciate. And the screen is definitely huge,
أهلا ومرحبا بكم على رحلة طيران إمارات. ربما لن تجدوا هذا الفيديو مسليا أو مشوقا، إلا أنه بالتأكيد قيم ويستحق اهتمامكم.
Board your Emirates flight today. This is your no-nonsense safety video. We do not have dancers breaking into song, characters from movies, or celebrities trying to be funny, I'm afraid.
vibrations towards the end of it. Felt like the Lufthansa 747 last year. You feel the weight of the G-force of and the lift of the A380. The cabin shakes a little bit and eventually take off. Right after takeoff, they give you the menu, which you can access through the app as I've shown just now. So it's exactly the same as what they did show on the app, so it's good that it's all updated. And it's also important to note that the drinks here are unlimited, much like on Singapore Airlines and ANA. That includes alcoholic beverages as well. That won't be the same as in economy, but I do feel that the variety here tends to be larger on Emirates. Emirates wins in terms of the variety, in terms of beverages, whether alcoholic or not, teas and all that. They definitely do win in terms of that. Okay, so here are the Wi-Fi plans. As you can see, the best seller seems to be the most expensive one, $20, which I think is reasonable. But upon reading, you see that Netflix, YouTube, and other media streaming services and other high bandwidth services are blocked due to limited aircraft bandwidth. So there is a limitation of, I'm not sure if it's an aircraft issue or rather the Wi-Fi that they use. So I mean, on like Singapore Airlines for instance, this comes complimentary if you're a KrisFlyer member, even in economy class. And for ANA, it is this option that it comes complimentary. So what am I gonna go for? I feel like I'll just go for this for now. Maybe later on the second leg to Vienna, I will try and go on this, as I guess the aim of this flight is just to recover and sleep. We're now getting some turbulence here, and yeah, they seem to be pretty cautious with it, so that's a good thing that I'm seeing. So I just want to be getting this for messaging, and I will show you how the food looks like when it comes. Right, so I'm giving up on the Wi-Fi. I guess I'm just going to go to sleep after this. So they've given us a white chocolate cookie, you have a drink, and you have like a chicken rendang puff, so it's like a chicken curry puff, like a pastry, and I opted for white wine. Yeah. So I guess it's pretty filling for a meal at like 2 AM in the morning. Right, so after this I'll be showing you the bathroom just for a little tour of the toilet, just to see how it compares to other economy class toilets on other airlines, and afterwards I'll be showing you the breakfast before landing. Alright, so now I'm going to show you the lavatory. So it's around, it's almost 6 AM. So at this point I've just slept for about 3 hours, and surprisingly I was able to sleep as I had the whole row to myself, as there were many other rows that were free and my family members were able to move around to other rows. So anyway, this lavatory was really probably one of the best I've seen in economy class, and I will go as far to say that it is equivalent to Singapore Airlines the business class lavatory aboard the A350-900 for the mid-haul flights. So they do offer perfume as well as some sort of cream, which I only did see on business class, as I mentioned, and that really gives a more luxurious feel to the lavatory itself. But other than that, it does feel a lot more the other things do feel a bit more regular, except for the design, where you have that wooden seat covering on the toilet itself and on the door as well. I guess the one minor issue I had was that they didn't provide toiletries like on Singapore Airlines economy, where they do provide some toothbrushes and toothpaste free of charge in the lavatory itself, and you can just use it whenever you want to. So if you want to brush your teeth or freshen up before landing, you would have to bring your own one on board the plane in this case. And I'm really glad to see a full-length mirror for you to use, and it's amazing that the toilet is still relatively clean towards the end of the flight, so it shows you that it is really well maintained. Alright, so that's it for the lavatory review, and after this I will be having breakfast before landing into Dubai, so I shall show you the breakfast right after this. Just 10 minutes after I go back to the toilet, breakfast has been served. So now we've flown over the entirety of India, nearing quite near Karachi, Pakistan. So reaching Dubai in about an hour and 46 minutes, almost reaching Oman, as you can see right there. So here is the breakfast, some chicken noodles. Alright, so here's a much clearer picture of the food itself. The audio on the GoPro wasn't that good, so I'm just going to narrate here. So you can see that it was very, very nutritionally well balanced, and you have a lot of fruits and a very delicious yogurt with a very pressurized bread roll and a chocolate cupcake. So I think it's just right for breakfast. Definitely a very good start to my journey here on my holiday. So after this I'll be showing you the landing as well as the layover before the next leg. this is a premium economy cabin. It's a new addition to their classes, and they have a good door right there. Alright, so now I have just taken a very long shuttle bus from Gate A, which is where I had disembarked, and now I'm in Gate C, which is where my next flight is. So currently it is 4:30 Dubai time, so that took about half an hour, cleared security and everything. So I have quite a lot of time on my hands to walk through this terminal to explore before my next flight, which boarding that commences at 8:10. So definitely a lot of time. Even though I've been here before, this is my first time at Gate C having the time to really explore. As in the past, I haven't been able to take any flights from this area, and it's all at Gate B, and my layover time was definitely shorter. This place definitely seems a lot more luxurious than I have experienced previously. I'm also looking at some perfumes here, maybe I'll buy it on the way back to Singapore. So I found a food court here at the end of the terminal. There's a lot of options over here, and there's a very nice view of an A380 right over there. As you see, it's getting brighter in the background as the sun rises. So boarding starts in about 2 hours. And oh yes, one more thing, the prices here are quite similar to Singapore. You can see it's in dirhams. So this is around $8.80 for a coffee, which is on par with obviously slightly more expensive Singaporean establishments. I see our A380 parked there already. Gate C14. So now it's about 7:51. Boarding starts at 8:10. So now we're going to head into the gate. So there we are, C14 to Vienna, and it's really crowded. As you can see, a lot of people. I guess it's going to be a very full flight, unlike the flight this morning. So we've been waiting around here about 10 minutes, but it seems like there's not enough seating. As you have two A380s parked next to each other and both departing at around the same time. This one going to Nice in France, so it's really crowded. Let's see how long it takes to board the plane. Now we're boarding. It's about 8:17, so pretty much on time still.
Good morning. Mr. Stricker, 74A, first right.
Thank you. Our exact seat, 74, right, let's go. The seat feels a bit older. It's an older A380. I'll bring you through the details in a bit. Right, so as I mentioned, this aircraft is a bit older, 13 years from 2012. So I guess this hasn't been retrofitted. It feels a little bit hotter and a little bit less new as the previous aircraft. And you have the universal socket on the left instead of the right. So it's like a bit of a swap, and you have the old IFE system, the same as the ones that they operate on Lufthansa and on ANA as well. So it's pretty similar to the ones that they have there. It's the older system and with the older screen as well, as you can see. Nonetheless, it's still relatively responsive despite it being the older screen. I'm finally pushing back now. It's 9:37, so quite delayed, about 45 minutes. Okay, not too bad, but definitely longer than expected. I saw on the app. So I guess it's pretty nice. And finally, after the turbulence cleared, we have our food here. So Emirates does have cocktails I read online, and they have Baileys, and something I couldn't find on other airlines, and they do offer it here. So this is a couscous salad, and you have a what's that cake? It's like a cheesecake, salted caramel cheesecake. You have a bun, and the star of the show, this chicken meatball pasta, which doesn't look too bad. It smells really good as well. That's why the flight has been really pleasant, and I also had my lunch. Alright, so as the flight comes to a close, I'll just deliver my conclusions to the whole video and my opinion of the flight. So between both flights, you can clearly see the difference in the cabin, and that definitely affected the comfort experience during the flight. The first flight, which was obviously way more comfortable, was a newer retrofitted version of the A380, and the later one wasn't retrofitted at all. So it was the same as it was when I flew to Melbourne 9 years ago. Secondly, the delays from Dubai airport were, I thought it was a one-off thing, but I experienced it on my second leg back to Singapore 1 week later. Well, on the Singapore leg, I did arrive on time, but for this Vienna one, I arrived 1 hour late, which did affect some plans originally. As for the Wi-Fi, it was honestly atrocious for the leg going towards Vienna, but from Vienna to Singapore, it worked really well and flawlessly, and I could just text seamlessly. And for the part from Dubai to Singapore, I actually purchased the more premium package, and it worked really well. So I guess it was just a flight issue, the issue of the first two flights where the Wi-Fi wasn't working well. But to be very honest, as a whole, I did enjoy my experience aboard the Emirates A380. I mean, it's one of the best economy class products out there. The entertainment system was flawless, the food was great all the way, and apart from the second leg, the first flight, the seat and everything was really comfortable. So I definitely had a really great time. Same goes to the flight coming back. And would I fly on them again? Definitely. I actually chose Emirates over a direct scoot option to Vienna, as obviously I would prefer the comfort, and the price point wise, they were actually about the same. Alright, so that marks the end of this flight review, so do stay tuned for the next video on my experience visiting Vienna. So I shall see you then.